Star Verdict. Reddit Confessions. Confess your secrets. I think my BF is out of my league. He is so clueless about it, but he has been attractive for years. I remember back in high school, before we started dating, I would see him in the halls and think he was so cute. Anyway, he tells me all the time I'm the attractive one in the relationship because he's been bullied his whole life for his looks, and I often get attention from men. But what he doesn't understand is a lot of men will do anything to get in a woman's pants, regardless of looks. Anyway, he always gets stares as well, because girls our age don't necessarily approach guys they think are attractive. They just stare. He sees them not hitting on him as lack of interest, when in fact, men and women are very different. Anyway, he's literally so attractive to me. Before we got together, I had him on Snapchat for years, and we never said a word to each other. We would always just view each other's stories and move on, but he was always so hot. He had hundreds of girls trying to get at him. He is so clueless and says that I'm just unaware of my beauty and probably have body dysmorphia because I'm so cute and very attractive. But I am almost 100% sure I'm not. I feel like I've struck gold getting to be with him. Edit. Just to clarify, I'm not with him because of his looks. I don't think looks have anything to do with my attraction for him. The way he treats me, respects me, supports me, and the way I want to do the exact same for him overshadows any part of his looks. He's also insanely funny, and I also just love being in his presence. His looks are just a bonus, and I wanted to share. Top comments. Sounds like he's got a heart of gold. You have yet to realize that you have probably flowered into something much more attractive than you realize. An oddly poetic way of saying your statement. That's lovely to hear. One thing to note is that people become more attractive when they have a nice personality also. Even if he's objectively very or more attractive, you probably treat him so well that his attraction to you is boosted. Being out of someone's league doesn't really apply when we both care about each other. My ex once told me, after our breakup, that she was ridiculously out of my league, and even though I agreed, it was a particularly hurtful and nasty thing to say. So, for your sake, try not to compare who is the better looking of the two of you, and focus on enjoying how much you both like each other. My first impression of someone's appearance is usually changed once I get to know them, and whether I like their personality or not. I would not be instantly physically attracted to some of my friends, but now I think they're all beautiful, because they're my friends, you know? Yeah, his personality definitely adds to it, because he could be the best looking person in the world, but if he treated me like garbage and we didn't click, I would have instantly found him unattractive. Yep. You subconsciously judge at the first impression, but then the personality is going to determine if you want to stay with him or not. It's clear that the OP's boyfriend's perception of his own attractiveness differs from how the OP sees him. While he may believe that the OP is the more attractive one in the relationship due to his past experiences with bullying, it's important to recognize that attractiveness is subjective and encompasses more than just physical appearance. OP's connection with their boyfriend goes beyond looks, and they appreciate the way that their boyfriend treats, respects, and supports them. The OP's attraction to him is based on a deep emotional bond and the joy they find in his presence. Looks may be an added bonus, but they are not the foundation of the OP's relationship. It's wonderful for the OP to have found someone who compliments him in so many ways, and it's great that they wanted to share their feelings about him. I overheard my boyfriend talking to his dad about our vacation we were taking for my birthday. I have wanted to go back to Mexico for 4 years now, and have decided I wanted to for my birthday. My boyfriend was fine with this, and then decided he would pay for the two of us so he didn't have to get me a gift, search for one. I didn't want this particularly because I didn't want the money to hang over me, but he insisted. Ever since then, he likes to brag to others about what he got me for my birthday. I overheard him talking to his dad about this trip cost me $4,000 and such. He's told his mom too, and others, and now I think they'll have a bad feeling about me, and I don't appreciate how he's making me look in front of people. Yet, he refuses to let me pay him back. Top comments. If you're ever around the parents, you could always say something like, "Thank you so much for the trip. It was really nice of you to tell me I don't have to pay you back, even though I offered. That means a lot." Maybe word it differently, but it would get the truth out there in a non-confrontational manner. 4,000 for going to Mexico? What the heck, are you from Mexico? Could have been a whole lot cheaper. Also, your boyfriend is a jerk. You don't gift something, then complain about it. What's he going to complain about next? People like that will always do that. Weddings, birthdays, parties, etc., etc. Playfully say he refuses to let you pay him back in front of them, or just confront him. Tell him you heard, and if he plans on making you look bad to his family, then you'll be paying your half of the trip. It's not nice of him, and I'm so sorry for that. It's disheartening to hear that the OP's boyfriend has been boasting about the cost of the vacation he paid for as the OP's birthday gift. While his intention may have been to avoid the pressure of finding them a physical present, it seems that his actions have unintentionally created a situation that makes the OP uncomfortable. The fact that he brags about the amount spent on the trip to others only adds to OP's concerns. It's understandable that they are worried about how accepting an expensive gift will look to their boyfriend's family, and the boyfriend complaining about the price only makes the situation worse. The OP should express their feelings honestly and explain how his actions make them feel. Hopefully, he will understand OP's point of view and stop boasting about the price of the trip to the people around him. I'm in love with my coworker. I've worked with this coworker for 10 plus years, and due to promotions, we've been working a lot more closely the last 2 years. In that time, I got to know her incredibly well, in work and out, and she's just an all-around wonderful woman. I can picture the rest of my life with her, just cannot tell her without risking alienating her and the team we work in. She's smart, beautiful, and the feature I love the most is how she thinks and acts. She really ticks all my boxes. Top comments. The best way to go about this is to ask her for coffee or a drink, if you're into that. If she says no, for the love of God, don't act sad or change how you talk to her. Just take a quick shot, and if she doesn't feel the same way, there's really no harm, no foul. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. Also, I'm assuming y'all are both full-grown adults, not like 18, 19. So likely she knows what she wants and isn't gonna act weird about it if she doesn't feel the same way. This is likely in your brain only. Just focus on work and get on a dating app. Just ask her out and see what she says. If she turns you down, then pretend it never happened and go back to normal. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and you only live once. Just don't screw up your job, unless you have an exit strategy. It's evident that the OP has developed strong feelings for their coworkers over the years, after getting to appreciate her wonderful qualities, both personally and professionally. Still, it makes sense that the OP is concerned about expressing their feelings due to the potential impact it could have on their working relationship and the team dynamic. It might be beneficial for the OP to assess the situation carefully and consider the potential risks and benefits before taking any action. If they decide to pursue their feelings, it's crucial to approach the conversation with sensitivity, respect, and an understanding that she might not feel the same way. Ultimately, only OP can determine the best course of action based on their situation. I invited my ex-friend to my birthday, just so she could see me with her ex-boyfriend. Me and my ex-best friend were friends for 12 years, and we were always seen as a dynamic duo. But that all came crashing down when she started dating her boyfriend, who was older than us, who is now my boyfriend. She always blew off plans with me for him, until her birthday. She had a huge party in her house, and me and her boyfriend started talking. We got along so well, and he told me she blew me off because she thought I liked him in a relationship way. I was so shocked as I had never met him before, as he stayed far away. I was so pissed off that I wanted revenge, but I decided I wouldn't until a few days later they broke up. She became very close with me again, but I just couldn't stand it, so I messaged her now ex and we started talking more and more to the point where we started dating. She didn't know about it, of course, as I knew she would be mad. My birthday was coming up next, so I decided to invite them both with a few others to celebrate it. When she arrived, it tasted better than anything. She saw us and knew instantly what had happened, and she started screaming at me and accusing me of breaking them up, which I didn't. I told her I didn't like the way she spoke about me behind my back, and after that argument we have not talked since. I feel like a jerk, but she started it. Should I apologize to her? Top comments. You guys all sound very young and immature. Everyone sucks here. It's clear that there has been a significant amount of hurt and betrayal within the OP's friendship. While revenge may have been a tempting impulse, it's important to recognize that it barely leads to positive outcomes, and definitely isn't worth throwing away 12 years of friendship over. The situation became even more complicated when the OP started dating their friend's ex-boyfriend. By inviting them both to their birthday party, they intentionally created a confrontational situation, which only escalated the tension and resulted in a heated argument. If the OP genuinely values the friendship they had, it could be worth considering reaching out to apologize for how things unfolded. However, it's crucial to approach the conversation with honesty, empathy, and a willingness to listen to her perspective. Ultimately, the choice to apologize is the OP's. However, it's important for the OP to note that a man who is willing to get into a relationship with their ex's best friend shortly after a breakup is not a man you can trust. I took a dump in my ex's kettle after joking about it our entire relationship. For context, this all comes from a sort of myth that was talked about within our friend group. I had been in a relationship with my, at the time, partner for 3 years, and we had a friend who swore he took a dump in a kettle during a house party. It was a story that stuck with him for many years, and we always teased about how gross it was. Fast forward another year, and I found out she had cheated on me with the guy we both knew. I was hurt, but also the relationship was on a decline for a few months at that stage, and I had grown partially apathetic to her. Having said that, I did have suspicions of this person for a short while, and I had voiced this and was told I was paranoid and needed to stop being so clingy. And so, I was so angry about the fact that I had essentially been gaslighted, more so than cheated on. I planned meticulously. I knew I was going to collect my clothing one of the days, and drink a rake of pints and had a curry. I went up, chatted to her for a while, she lives with her parents by the way, and sort of aired out final parts of our breakup. We shared phone bills, and she owed me some money for a holiday. I received part of the money and planned the phone bill, full well knowing I wasn't going to get it, but willing to sacrifice monetary gain for moral pleasure. Her kitchen was located on the second floor of a 3-floor townhouse, with the kitchen on the same floor. It was late enough and a weekend, so everyone was in their respective bedrooms. I double looked in the kitchen, swiped the kettle, brought it into the toilet, and let off a nice solid one right in there, then filled it with water, just for show. I then exited the house. I never received any texts or calls and haven't seen her since. This was about 3 weeks ago, so I should be thankful I'm in the clear, but I really want to know what happened. Who discovered it? Was it pre or post boil, etc.? I don't regret it though, but do feel bad for the mother. She was a cool girl, and we once danced to Michael Jackson. Collateral damage, I suppose. Top comments. You weird animal. Disgusting. Legend. That's amazing. I applaud you. Amber Heard, is that you? Would you look at that? All the words in your comment are in alphabetical order. I have checked 1,599,814,132 comments, and only 302,618 of them are in alphabetical order. I'm honestly not sure where to begin with this story. It seems like the OP really went all in on the revenge plot. While I can't help but laugh a bit at the OP's audacity, it's important to remember that humor is subjective and context matters. Taking a dump in someone's kettle may be an amusing story for some, but it's essential to consider the consequences and impact it can have on others. It's always best to find healthier and less disturbing ways to deal with relationship problems. Hopefully the OP doesn't turn this method of vengeance into a habit. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you agree with the verdicts down below. Also, consider checking out my other channel, star_vingart, where I post my artwork, and my Etsy, Starving Art Company, where I sell my art prints and stickers. Bye!